Oh, straight into the roof of the net. Nice one. Straight down the middle. So a good performance from both teams here today.
Hello and welcome to Firstpost. I'm Rupha Ramani. Let's get started. On the show, a huge controversy has erupted in Paris. An Algerian boxer forces her Italian opponent to surrender in just 46 seconds. But the matter is more serious. She's one of the boxers who has been allowed to participate in the games despite failing a gender eligibility test. The world is up in arms. Political leaders are criticizing IOC for their inept handling of the matter, even as IOC continues to back their decision. We'll bring you all perspectives of this big developing story. In other news, Kylian Mbappe is now part owner of a football club. At 25, is Mbappe the biggest footballing brand? What do the numbers say, and where does he match up to the likes of Ronaldo and Messi? And some cricket news to round it all up. Afghanistan may be in a corner, with many of the big cricketing countries boycotting them because of the Taliban banning women cricketers. But India continues to show its support to the associate countries. We bring you the latest chapter, but now it's time for headlines. Starting with news from the Olympics, Simone Biles wins her 6th Olympic gold medal, reaffirming her position as the top all-round gymnast in a close competition with Brazil's Rebeca Andrade. Biles initially fell to 3rd place due to mistakes on the uneven bars. However, she regained the lead with a strong performance on the balance. Over in tennis, world number 2 Novak Djokovic stormed into the semi-finals in the singles category. Djokovic beat Stefanos Tsitsipas 6-3, 7-6 in the quarterfinals. Djokovic survived a brief medical scare, though, during the match. Over in swimming, America's Katie Ledecky becomes the most decorated female Olympic swimmer, earning her 13th medal. Ledecky settled for silver in the 4x200 meters freestyle event as Australia won gold. Ledecky's Olympic tally now stands at 8 golds, 4 silvers and 1 bronze. Croatia's Valent Sinkovic celebrated his 36th birthday by winning gold in the men's pair rowing event with his brother Martin. The Croat brothers, in fact, overtook the British crew of Oliver Wynne-Griffith and Tom George, who led for most part of the race. In fact, their victory was marked by a dramatic late surge to secure gold. And in badminton, Indian ace shuttler PV Sindhu has crashed out of the Olympics. She lost to China's He Bingzhou 19-21, 14-21 in 56 minutes. Now, I want to show you something before we go any further, because this is an explosive story heading your way. We cannot use the video of this boxer, but we will show you what Italian boxer Angela Carini said when she qualified for the Paris Olympics. That's an emotional, jubilant Angela Carini telling the world that she made her father proud by making it to the Games, getting closer to her biggest dream of winning a medal. Round of 16 is how far she got, and that excitement of taking it another step further, of entering the quarterfinals at Paris, ended in 46 seconds. Her resilience lasted all of 46 seconds. She was facing Algerian boxer Imane Khelif, and she could not withstand any more than 2 blows before her nose started bleeding. A word with her coach, and Carini forfeited the match. That's Carini in the blue crumpling to the fore, and she was sobbing right after she surrendered. From tears of joy before the Paris Olympics to now tears of anguish. She said she couldn't take the punches that the Algerian boxer was landing. This is the same boxer who had been barred from the gold medal match last year at the World Championship in New Delhi, India. Reason? Khelif had failed the eligibility test. The levels of testosterone in her body was way too high for her to be participating in the women's category. And remember, this is a boxer who's participated in tournaments before alongside women in the past. Khelif, though, had failed to meet the gender eligibility criteria by the IBA, the International Boxing Association, in 2023. But come the Paris Olympics, the decision regarding boxing events fell squarely on IOC. This because IBA remains suspended now. And IOC instead reversed the last call and allowed two boxers, one, of course, Algerian Imane Khelif, and the other, a Taiwanese boxer, Lin Yu Ting, to be part of women's events at Paris. Khelif in the 66 kg category and Yu Ting in 57 kg category. This 46-second bout, though, created quite an outrage online. There's many hate that's been spewed there. Now, it's not just been the viewers or fans of the sport or the general public who vented their anger. Popular voices, influential personalities have been very, very vocal in their displeasure, like J.K. Rowling, like Martina Navratilova, a tennis legend. She's come out as well speaking about this. Elon Musk, he's had a word. Barry McKeegan, a professional boxer, former boxer in fact himself, calling this unfair. Many personalities calling this particular decision unfair. The biggest backlash that IOC and by that extension France are facing is from Italy and the Prime Minister herself, who said this.
I think that athletes who have male genetic characteristics should not be admitted to women's competitions. And not because you want to discriminate against someone, but to protect the right of female athletes to be able to compete on equal terms. From my point of view, it was not an even contest.
Meloni, in fact, personally met the Italian boxer, consoling her after her loss, even as Algeria and their supporters have been taunting Carini. But this public indignation and condemnation has been met with strong resistance and a firm backing of their own decisions. IOC did not waver in their response to this, standing by the call that they made of allowing these two boxers.
This involves real people, and we're talking about real people's lives here. They have competed and they continue to compete in the women's competition. They have lost and they have won against other women throughout over the years. And by the way, this should make this absolutely clear for everyone. This is not a transgender issue. I know you know that, but I think there has been some misreporting on this, and I think it's very, very important to say that this is not a transgender issue. These women have been competing in competitions for many years.
The IOC putting some valid points across to defend their decision. Even as Algerian Olympic Committee was enraged and said they called these malicious attacks on their distinguished athlete. Yes, there have been some malicious attacks, which were not necessary. I'm all for expressing your identity and standing by who you feel you associate with. Khelif represents a unique case here, where she's born with as a woman, but has XY chromosome, which are present only in male bodies. It's unfortunate, but here's the issue with that. Higher the testosterone levels, higher would be the strength and the muscle mass skeleton advantage, making that body develop in a manly or male way. So simply put, for the same hours that both, say Khelif in this case and Carini, train, the Algerian would have more muscle development, more endurance, and by that extension, much more strength than Carini, all because of the XY chromosome. Now, is that a fair face-off? Because this is sport. It's a contest, a fight between two equals. They say sport is a level playing field. And that phrase could not be any more true than in this scenario. A battle between two individuals or two teams who have been classified on the very same parameters and stand at level with each other. That's sport. Is that the case here, though? Is the IOC going to be able to answer all of these different voices and pertinent questions, many of whom from political spheres who are clearly infuriated with the inclusion of these athletes who have come in despite failing gender tests. Now, I understand sport is for all, but has the IOC and the authorities responsible here been fair to all? Every party concerned in this very complex and sensitive matter? Those are the questions IOC will have to answer, because this is far from over and the issue will not die down very easily. Yes, life has not been fair to boxers like Khelif and Lin Yu Ting, who are caught in the crossfire here, but the least IOC can do is be fair to all. Have they done that though? How old you are doesn't correlate to how successful you can be. You can make your Olympics debut as a 58-year-old, an achievement. And you can win tournaments when you are a teenager. You can beat a machine when you are just 13, and you can attain Olympic glory in your 50s. The Olympics has shown that all of this is possible, that age is just a mere number. And living up to that tag is someone who isn't even part of the Olympics. Real Madrid star Kylian Mbappe, the French sensation, made his much-awaited move to Real Madrid just a few weeks back, the final piece in the storied career puzzle falling into place. But I'm not going to talk about him conquering the football world. We all know about that. His skills and his prowess on the football field is unparalleled. The story today is about Mbappe, the brand and the net worth that has millions riding on it. Mbappe's Real Madrid move came with a $135 million bonus spread across 5 years of his contract. And this is beyond his salary and the wages. But it isn't his crazy earnings alone that is the talking point here. It's him investing in a football club that's kicked this off. Mbappe is buying a majority stake in France's second division football club, Malherbe Caen. The club earlier this week confirmed that Mbappe will invest around $16 million to acquire a majority stake there. It's the same club where Mbappe played as a kid. Buying a club is a dream for many, and Mbappe is on the verge of accomplishing it. Now, PSG may not have helped him fulfill his dream of winning the Champions League, but the wages he received certainly helped him become an entrepreneur. And if you thought that such an investment will be a dent in Mbappe's pockets, well, think again. It's a very small amount, barely scratching the already massive net worth. Early this year, of course, a list projected Mbappe as 6th on the list of highest paid athletes in the world. His earnings from salary has been close to $90 million, and by endorsing brands like Nike and Hublot, the French captain earns close to $20 million US, resulting in a massive $110 million worth. So a $16 million investment was more like buying a house for Mbappe. Did not cause a dent to his pocket, and with him joining Madrid, that pocket is going to fill that much more. It will pave the way for more endorsements. So Mbappe isn't just making calculated moves on the football field, but is also pushing the boundaries on financial fronts, more importantly. And when you compare with rest of the 25-year-old stars currently, Mbappe is much ahead when it comes to some of the big names in this field. Verstappen, who is 26, has a net worth of $81 million. Haaland, Mbappe's biggest competitor in football, worth around $61 million. And NBA's rising sensation, of course, Luka Doncic is right behind him too. Vinicius, on the other hand, another footballer, has a net worth even less than half of what Mbappe has. An American boxer, Ryan Garcia, who's also becoming a very renowned face, is also quite far behind. Mbappe is clearly following the footsteps of his idol, Cristiano Ronaldo. By 25, Ronaldo was already an established star, much like Mbappe. He was a Real Madrid star, had massive endorsements, and had started his own business by that time. But his net worth back in 2010 was close to around $90 million, which, yes, will account to much more than Mbappe's $110 million in today's time. But with him being Real Madrid's blue-eyed boy, this number is only bound to spike, especially in the months and the years to come. And of course, goes without saying, the footballing success, of course, has to precede all of this. Just like how M plus M is 2M, Mbappe in Madrid is an indication of twice the money, a simple math. But the bigger point here is Mbappe trying to gain mileage out of his footballing mastery. He's finally starting his own investments, letting his brand take over, and is leaving his impact on the football world, not just on the pitch. All of this is a rather ingenious move, even for a 25-year-old. Afghanistan reaching the semi-finals of the T20 World Cup was a historic achievement for the nation. Many spoke about the spirit of a war-torn country taking giant strides in the cricket world. But behind these struggles lies the support of another, a country that has always backed Afghanistan, India. Afghanistan, on one hand, stands ostracized by many in the cricketing world over the Taliban regime snuffing out women's cricket. India have continued to back this cricketing nation, providing training facilities, bilateral series and IPL contracts. Now, the BCCI has gone a step further by providing venue to a contest. Afghanistan will play New Zealand in a one-off test in September, and the venue is Noida in India. How is India playing its part in developing associate countries like Afghanistan after extending their helping hand to Nepal?
When Rashid Khan walks out to play in Ahmedabad for his IPL franchisee Gujarat Titans, the Afghanistan cricketer receives the loudest of welcomes. It doesn't matter if he's playing for Gujarat or for Afghanistan, the reception is always the same. That's the kind of fan following the cricketer has earned in India. It isn't just Rashid who has become a familiar face in India, but his teammates Fazal Haq Farooqi, Ibrahim Zadran, Rahmanullah Gurbaz and Azmatullah Omar Zai, all of their skills and assortments are applauded. All of their skills and assortments are applauded like it would be if they were playing in front of their home crowd, which they sadly can't. So when Afghanistan hosts New Zealand for a one-off test in September, it might not be the same as playing in Kabul, but it would not be too different either. But it's a massive boost for a country that has been cornered by many. In times when Australia cancelled a one-off test match which was supposed to happen in 2021, an ODI series in 2023 and a T20 series which was set to take place later this year, India continues to show their support towards Afghanistan's rise in the sport. And while India continues to stand by strong values like equality between men's and women's cricket, they are isolating it from the larger role of playing the big brother, even as many other established countries stay away from indulging the lower-ranked associate countries by even as much as playing a series with them. This is not the first time India's lent a helping hand. It happened with Nepal. India gave players bats and other equipments. Then there was Zimbabwe, where India plays regular bilateral series. The Afghan project is just another addition. This isn't the only way India has helped Afghanistan in their rise. The country has supported Afghanistan in more ways than you can imagine. It's like an elder or more experienced out of the two paving the way for the younger one. Before COVID hit, Afghanistan players used to practice in Noida. They got lucrative IPL contracts, even as Pakistan continues to be kept away. And that's not all. Scheduling a series with them, that's always on the agenda. So India's contribution in Afghanistan's rise has been immense. An initiative that might have started as a passion project is resulting in a successful one.
Time for last serve. River Science cleanliness may have come under the scanner at the Olympics, but that has not stopped fans from enjoying this landmark spot nevertheless. And the attraction is more when the boats are made of Lego. Take a look. That wraps up First Sports here. Thank you so much for joining in. Have a great weekend. We'll, of course, see you with a lot more news from the sporting world. And, of course, we bring you Olympics coverage like never before on Mission Paris. Till then, take care. See you on the other side.
Climate change is on our doorstep. It's time for a revolution to take root. And it starts with 1.4 billion Indians. It starts with one tree. One tree for humanity. One tree for Mother Earth. One tree for our future. Project One Tree, a News 18 network initiative.
Across continents, one powerful news source.
Bringing you diverse perspectives on the issues that matter.
We go beyond the boundaries to give you that little extra about every sporting moment. So thank you for making Firstpost 5 million strong. We're counting on your support, and you can trust us to bring you the news unfiltered and unvarnished. On the show today, the T20 World Cup bandwagon has moved across to the West Indies. What can you expect from this?
Hello, I'm Alison Green, coming to you from Durban, South Africa. Today we have a special show.
Start with a report on India's shifting nuclear posture. For the first time since India